everybody?
Hello!
It is Pixarters here, and welcome to the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Character Tier List Ranking Thingamajig Hullabaloo.
Yeah! Yay! Clapping.
As we get into this, since we are in a way where we can officially say it, thank you once again, everyone, for 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
Reached that milestone. I know we played Monopoly in a little bit, and speaking of Monopoly, for those of you that saw the first two parts of it, and we're waiting for the third part today, unfortunately that's not going to happen because my computer decided to go and shit all over it. So yeah, that's not going to be a thing.
It didn't end well anyway.
I won.
I lost.
But yeah, we were trying to record it, and then the Elgato game capture crashed at some point in OBS, and it caused everything to break. And by the time we noticed,
it wasn't until after
it was the end of the game
done.
where at some point it decided in the middle of the last part to just go kaput. And so,
because you know, when your soul is slowly deteriorating from a game, you don't think to look over at the computer.
No, you don't. We were just too into it at that time. But to help keep the ball rolling, we are going into this tier list here that everyone has been waiting for. And we shall go ahead and begin with the man, the myth, the legend, Apollo Justice.
He's fine.
Oh, he's fine.
F for fine. No.
Oh, no.
Just kidding.
I mean.
No.
Oh, wait, I didn't. What did I touch?
What'd you do?
I didn't move anything, I don't think, but I was gonna. Okay, there's the joke where you can just throw him down.
Don't even pretend.
Well, I mean, we'll just say he's fine for now as you think about him. So that's not an official ranking. Don't worry, not an official ranking.
Don't.
When it comes to Apollo,
why couldn't you just have left him next to his sister?
Fine. Not that they know that yet.
No.
But with Apollo, we are going to rank him individually for each game of the trilogy because he has such
character
development through each part. This is the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Apollo.
Yes.
Where he's becoming his man. What do you think? Because I don't think he belongs in S tier yet.
No, I'd say A.
I would also say A as well.
Yes.
By the end, he's at least reached A. You know, towards the beginning, he has
not evolved
He is the
yet.
greenhorn of sorts.
Yeah.
But for how he was, he did very good.
He's still so lovable.
He is. Well, he especially gained that as each game went along, even through
Mr. Cords of Steel.
Yes, and even through the chaos of Dual Destinies, he is still growing as a man.
I can only imagine how things would be if we had like soundproofing on our walls, because then you could really do.
Well, soundproofing plus not being in an apartment.
Yeah. Then you could really do the Cords of Steel with it.
I could really do everything I want to do.
Yeah, right.
But we make do with what we have. Now, moving on to Trucy.
I'm trying not to be biased.
I know, but she is just the most precious girl. I was about to say, she's the most precious girl on the planet. Through and through, from beginning to end. Everything that she's done between the magic panties and Mr. Hat, everything is just amazing.
Trucy, my girl.
And then we have
Hobo Dad Phoenix.
Hobo Phoenix.
Hobo Dad.
I know we've been going over this for a while now. Hobo Phoenix, I mean, he's just still the mastermind that he's always been. He's in
the Matrix.
For real. After he became the superhuman after trials and tribulations, he just became the most intelligent person on the planet for a game where he wasn't doing anything, and then as soon as he stepped back in court, he became
sucking down grape juice.
Sucking down grape juice and sucking at playing the piano. And then we have Christoph Gavin.
Oh wait, just so you know, not gonna lie, Hobo Phoenix kind of hot though. Okay, I'm just saying.
Of course, I think there are a lot of people that agree with you.
People, you agree, right? I mean, it's just something. Okay.
Anyways, Christoph Gavin, the mentor of Apollo, and who is also kind of the main antagonist of the game.
Kind of.
Well, yeah, because every Phoenix Wright game works the same, where it's like the beginning, you have your antagonist, and then you have the 3 episodes of filler, or 2 episodes of filler sometimes. I think this one was 2 episodes of filler, and then you have the return of the antagonist. Compared to the other antagonists, I didn't find him to be anything amazingly special.
He was annoying.
Yes, he was. I mean, he had a lot of big things. He did cause the whole fiasco with, the 7 years of poison sitting there forever.
Yeah.
But he did kind of get lucky on that front, too, of it just taking that long for things to happen. I don't know. I don't think he should be an S yet.
No.
I'd say he's more along an A line.
Just a little bit less than Apollo, though. Yeah.
There you go. He is sit right down there.
Yeah.
And then we have Clavier.
S.
Oh yeah, Fraulein.
S.
S tier. All right,
S.
I'll secede. He is a good partnership in the courtroom where obviously everything starts off with him being
sexy man.
he starts off being very self-centered and just kind
S
of
for
self-centered. But as things went along and he started to realize things, he like every freaking prosecutor does, they kind of go, "Oh, wait, maybe I shouldn't be as much of an asshole as I was," and then he just becomes, him. I know. Emma.
He's
Adult
he's
Emma
amazing.
Skye.
Yes,
The first time we saw her as an. Oh my God.
My other girl.
You're not
All
wrong.
grown up.
She is amazing, and she was the main detective for most of this game.
Yes.
So she is a wonderful human being, and she does deserve to be an S tier, in my humble opinion. Scientifically speaking, she's S. Yo.
S for scientific.
I knew you were gonna do that. Okay. All right. The next one is the Payne brother. I believe this one is Winston Payne.
I thought Winston Payne was
When
the
I was
first guy.
When I was on the wiki, it said Winston. Yeah, I thought it was Gaspin. Well, wait.
Gaspin Payne is
Or did
the.
Gaspin take over in the 5th game? At the beginning.
I believe this is Gaspin.
Because when
Payne.
I got these portraits straight from like the Ace Attorney, there was a wiki for Ace Attorney that has the character portraits.
Yeah.
And it actually said Winston Payne on it, but the Payne brother, the brother Payne, he's a pain in my ass, and he's he has to go in E because he's going bald over there. So we know the tutorial prosecutor.
He matters so little that we can't remember which brother he is. I'm pretty sure that's Gaspin Payne, though.
I just can't remember because, it is a 7-year time gap, so it makes sense for him to have gone balding.
Yeah.
I think Gaspin might have been in the 5th game later on, and then it became Winston again.
What, Spirit of
in
Justice, you mean?
6. Not Spirit of Justice, but Dual Destinies.
Oh.
But I can't remember. Anyways.
Because Winston Payne was the one that...
Winston was the first Payne.
He was the first prosecutor, basically. Yeah.
He was the one in the first trilogy.
This is Gaspin, I believe, his brother.
I think so. I just can't remember. Unfortunately. You can let us know in the comments. It's the Gaspin.
It's the Gaspin.
Anyways, next up, Olga Orally.
Yeah.
Orally.
Olga Orally.
I'm thinking she's a solid B, but what do you think? Because I think she was a pretty decent.
C and a half.
So like up there, up top.
No, like halfway between C and B.
Okay, I'm just gonna be like,
Yeah.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
She's right there. Obviously, she's all like, "Ooh, super shy, and I am just in the bush."
They work at the Borscht
And then she turned into a pirate.
Yes, she did.
Working for someone who we'll talk about later. But then we have in
Waki-Kitake.
Waki-Kitake.
The delinquent himself.
I just found him really annoying, to be quite honest. I didn't find much to. I don't know about you, but he was just D for derpy ass dork. I just
D
was
for
not,
delinquent.
D for delinquent. There you go. Even by the end, he didn't really redeem himself. He was still a bit of a. He's a kid.
Yeah.
He was a pain, but not as much of a pain as Pain. He wasn't a bloodline pain. He was just an annoying pain. He wasn't born with it. Maybe he's walking Kentucky.
Oh my god.
As we move on, we also then have Alita Talia. There we go. I had Alita Tiala. There we go. Yes.
Alita.
She was the antagonist in the second case.
Not exactly memorable. Or
No.
not memorable. Memorable is the word I'm looking for.
I'd say she was at a C. That seems safe. I wouldn't put her in the same area as Walkie, but I wouldn't put her up there next to.
I'd say right on the line.
Like
Yeah.
down here?
Yeah.
All right, I can suffice to that. That sounds good. Antagonist, not very memorable, but she was pretty sneaky with it. And then we have Mr. Guy
Eldoon.
Let me see here. S for salty noodles.
Oh god, that's
No.
S for sodium. I'd say a solid B.
I'd say B because he grasped at your heart early on.
Yeah.
He was just like, you know how to make me feel, man.
with the harmonica. Where is it? Is it even on the? Is it on the? It's.
Put it away for.
Is that it?
No, that's the Switch controller holders. Yeah, you made me put that thing away a long time ago
because you were
because I had it for the
nerves.
case, and then afterwards I would still play it, and you're like, nope, none of that, and then we moved it somewhere, and I don't know where it went.
Oh well, and it's dark.
Yeah,
it's
right.
fine.
Yeah, it's not an importance, but later on it will be. Anyways, as we move on to C, we have Plum.
You remember her name? Yes.
Here we go. Well, I just did the names like an hour ago getting this set up, so I would hope I knew it.
Yeah.
Not that memorable, I wouldn't say.
I'd say she's a solid C.
Yeah, she gets to go up there and C. Right. I had to say it like alongside
C
her.
for chords, as in vocal cords, as in mine died after voicing her for too long.
I remember. And then we have the dad.
Yep.
Winfred.
Winfred Kitaki.
I'm gonna put him a little bit above them just because we got to see his eyes at the end.
Just because
and we realized
those were
that they were his eyebrows the whole time.
Right.
And we were like, oh my god, the best reveal of the game so far.
We're shooketh. Because they made it so that it looked like it was just the stereotypical darkened anime cover.
That is perfect game design of like having to be the shot of like dark, mysterious eyes. But it's just my playful eyebrows. And then my eyes are all like
and these tiny eyes.
Tiny little eyes that are very not intimidating.
Eyes, yes.
And then we have
Wesley,
Mr. Not Perverted Pervert over here.
It's Stickler, isn't it? Wesley Stickler?
Yes, Wesley Stickler. I don't know. What do you feel? I'll let you decide where he goes.
He was hilarious, and
you have a good point. He was hilarious to watch.
And very hard to forget. See, for me, like, the people that are easy to forget, I think they're not as worthy as a higher thing.
I hear you.
Does that make sense? I think he's
totally.
Eldoon. Well, a little less than Eldoon.
I was going to put him like right here in Olga territory.
Yeah, but a little
right
bit of... Yeah, right there, yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then we have Lamore, a.k.a. a freaking Gremory and the mother of Apollo and Trucy.
Yes, she is mama.
Even though that mystery is still going on.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that even in the game, she was along the lines of an A-tier character.
Yeah, I say A too.
And especially because even though she doesn't show up in the later game, she's still always at the very end of the game plays a pivotal role. And like, maybe one day I'll show up and tell the kids.
Don't forget, she was the deciding person in the jury case.
Yes, she was the one that decided if we were going to move on from the just judge system into having the people decide.
Mm-hmm.
And but even then, with her being who she is, aside from just her implications on the case that we have here of the mystery of her, not being blind.
She was also just a really pleasant character.
Yeah, she wasn't evil or anything, and she had her own secrets that she had to hide as well from everyone. But she was just an excellently written character. And then we move on to Maki Tobaye, the blind musician boy himself that could only speak Borginian. Well, I think, he spoke a little bit of English, right? A tiny bit.
Teeny bit.
Tiny bit.
It wasn't fluent, but he understood.
I would say at least B because he was very integral to that episode too.
Yeah.
I'd say B fits for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he obviously didn't say much, but he had a lot to do. He's
Eldoon level.
Yeah, I'll say like right there.
A little less, really.
Because Eldoon just takes your heart.
Oh my god.
Literally, my sodium's gonna clog all your arteries. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
And then we move on to Shark Boy. Where's
Darian Crescend.
Darian Crescend, Shark Boy.
Shark Boy.
Who was actually in the end of that, he was the bad guy in that case.
Yeah, he was.
But
I'd say B.
I would as well. I just don't remember. I just don't remember much about. I mean, I remember him, but I don't remember too much about him aside from just being a little bit of a douche sometimes. Well, I should decide that. I guess it would go with it. Right alongside.
Right alongside.
Right.
Alongside
Maki Tobaye. I can't speak English. We all know.
We all know that.
You've watched me long enough to know that my words do grid. Okay.
Don't do grid.
And then we have Valiant Gremory. let's see if you have
Jeff Foxworthy.
if you have some underwear that turns out that it tends to be a black hole or second dimension, you might be a magician. I had too much fun with him in
You
A,
really did.
but he was also a massively integral character to learning the truth of
sure.
everything when it came to not just the last case, but the bloodline stuff and all that
Don't put him
stuff.
above the boy, the red
Okay,
pepper.
no. I'll put him right down there next to like Kristoff and all that. But he was too fun of a character to talk with. But he was also a great character.
Valen Gremory, yep.
Valen Gremory. And then we have
Vera Misham.
Vera Misham. That's right, the daughter artist.
Yes. The cutie
She was just so sweet.
with her overalls.
I think she belongs in A
Oh, for sure.
because she's just so cute.
A for
and you just
artist.
A for artist. You just want to protect her. She's just so
Yes.
kind and sweet and
She was
innocent,
just-
and she was
she was-
almost killed
I know.
by you. F. Put him back up there.
F.
How dare you?
You're
touch
below the Payne brother.
her just because you tried to hurt her.
Just because you were such a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
That's why he's an A. Pain in the ass.
pain in the ass. Yeah, she is so sweet and deserving
Just,
of the A spot.
She's
And,
like a blueberry cobbler.
Yes, I left her father out because, and most of the times, unless the victim does something like very specifically serious, I
yeah.
don't put him in there. He had like a few lines of dialogue, but I didn't think it was enough.
I was him.
It wasn't really enough to rank him, though. In my
No.
opinion, we didn't have enough of a personality profile
We would
of what he
just put
said.
him, if we had him, we'd probably just put him in C in the middle.
I'd almost say more like D because we didn't have a profile. We just had information about,
A small interaction, and he did.
Yeah. Now, we have the Magnifique Gremory here, because he also had very little lines, but he was
Yeah.
very integral to the story as well, being the grandfather and the owner of the Gremory miracle thing.
Yeah.
Still, we didn't know enough about him, so I'd say C. He was also kind of twisted in a caring way with the way he did things. But I'll put him in C for a character. Like I said, someone that we don't really know much about, but he was still integral to the story in his
Yes.
own ways.
How many times have you said integral so far?
It's a very fun word. So I've probably said it. I'll have an integral counter somewhere. That's a complete lie. You guys will do it for me, right?
You're too lazy to edit something that
Well,
complex.
we also record these like the night before. We have no time to edit
Yeah.
anything, especially because I work the next day. It's like, well, I
We
can either
usually
stay up
both
until
work
5
the
a.m. and
next
edit
day,
it,
yeah.
or I can get this wrapped up and we can get it on up. So, moving on, we have I forgot his name already. Zach.
His name.
Zach Gremory.
Yeah. You didn't put him on the list.
I didn't?
No.
Oops. But I remembered he's Zach.
You didn't put him on the list of names that you wrote down.
Yeah, I always put a list of names of the characters in order so that just in case there's someone that is, a side character we've probably forgot their name of, that we'd be reminded of who they are if we needed to. But I have
He's
left
not
him
there.
out.
You skipped him.
Well, let's not forget about breaking the fourth wall. When I went to put down Kobo Phoenix, I put down Hobo AJ somehow
You did.
on the official message towards her of the character list. So somebody messed up that order. That was me.
I should draw Apollo in Phoenix's hobo outfit.
One day we might see him that way. Who knows?
No, don't say that. That's horrible.
Zach. He was in the first case.
Yeah.
He was the victim in that flash forward.
Why are you putting him in D?
No, I'm just moving him all over the
I was gonna
place.
say, don't you
I'm not
dare.
he was sitting up here and ass up here with everyone else who doesn't think he belongs in.
I'd say A.
I'd go in the half and half.
Really? He pulled a vanishing act, remember?
And then he died.
And yeah, later.
I'll say a lower A at
Okay,
least.
fine.
Because obviously, he pulled the vanishing act.
He's
from the
higher than
courtroom.
freaking Kristoff.
Well, I put him a little bit higher than Kristoff.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put him up here.
There.
Because obviously, he is Apollo's father. Did he... Wait, no.
He's Trucy's father.
No, not Apollo's father. That's right. I always get that wrong.
Trucy's.
It's Trucy's
How do you
father.
get it wrong? The magician thing.
Sorry, it was because there was a whole talk of Apollo between him and Phoenix, so I always connect them because I'm stupid. So scratch that from me, everyone that's a purist.
Yeah.
But they learned that he was a son of his ex-wife's or lover. I don't know if they were ever married, him and Lamoire. Were they married? Well, they got the Gremory name, so they had to have been married. Yeah. They're not brother and sister, I hope not.
No! Oh my god.
So yeah,
Jesus!
Yeah, that car's going real loud. You done?
See,
they're done.
People, this is what we have to live with.
Yeah, this is what it's like being next to a 4-way stop sign.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
4-way stop intersection.
But yeah, A is where it belongs. We'll put it up there. And then
Spark Brushel.
It's underneath Spark Brushel. End quote. Where you going? I don't know. It was real fun, real memorable. End quote. And listen, I'm gonna be the best journalist.
We kept saying end quote for a long time after this.
He was unfortunately stuck in our heads.
I'd say a high B.
A high B?
For Brushel.
High B for Brushel. You love doing that.
Yes.
I'll put him right. I'm gonna watch you, sir, and I'm gonna write a piece on you. End quote. I'll put him right there. He's just too fun.
He really was.
But he was also once again important in that last case, being the investigator. You know, he was about to get whacked by Kristoff.
He was.
He was getting some of the wrong people looking at him. He was like, "I'm terrified for my life." End quote. So
brushing his teeth and then his glasses.
Yeah, that was and then asphyxiating himself with his tie on numerous occasions.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like to a point where your head would have snapped off and just gone onto the ground.
I forgot about that.
He was a masochist. He was a masochist. I'll give him that. But you know what? He stuck it out to the end, and he's the best journalist of Apollo Justice Ace Attorney ever.
He's the only journalist.
Exactly.
So he's just automatically the best. B for the best.
Oh man, so that is the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney list. Hopefully you guys like it. If you agree or disagree on anything, let us know in the comments below.
I just realized something.
What?
Apollo's an A for Apollo.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh, wait, I'm going burp.
Oh god.
Man. Okay, we're good. That one snuck up on me, but I wasn't gonna go anywhere, so I knew I had to go somewhere.
B rank for burp.
My burp goes in B rank. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So that was the Apollo Justice Ace story. And I said, let me know in the comments what you guys think of your own character rankings on there.
Yeah.
Obviously, you know, everything when it comes to rankings is, you know, don't take anything we take too close to heart, because these are just, you know, personal feelings on various, very fluid terms of ranking them between character writing quality and character design and character lovability and just
partially biased
and a lot of bias, but that's the way every tier list is when you think about it. They're always based on, it's always a personal preferencing.
It really is.
So let's know what you guys think about some of these characters. Do you think that, and remember, when you're ranking some of these characters like Apollo, this is based on the Apollo Justice game, because obviously things are going to change as things go in the future.
It's not Endgame Apollo.
No, if this is Spirit Justice, this would be way different.
Oh yeah.
But let us know what you guys think.
This is Rookie Apollo.
Yes. And thank you all so much for sticking around with us to the 1,000 subscriber mark and
and
being
beyond.
So awesome. Yes, and beyond, hopefully. Hopefully you didn't just go, I'm going to hit 1,000. Great job. See you later.
I know. Yeah, please don't leave.
But thank you all so much. It means a lot to us that you watch all this. I
still find it fascinating that anyone finds this remotely entertaining.
Yeah. And I still don't think it's really registered to us.
No.
With the fact that we have hundreds of people that watch every single part that comes out every single day.
Like,
and
when are we going to wake up? Like, is this...
I don't know. It just...
This is all a fever dream.
For real. It's just, like, even though we see the numbers and we see them and are like, oh man, that's cool. I don't think it's really hit us how crazy it is for a channel as small as we are to have such dedicated fans as you guys.
No,
so
it hasn't truly sunk it in.
Even though all of you say to us, thank you for bringing this content to you, we will say over and over again, thank you for being so supportive and just awesome. Because
it's you guys that keeps us going.
Yeah, you guys are the reason that we are so excited to record things all the time and get things out there for you. And you know, we've always said,
and all you regular commenters out there, we really appreciate your input. Also,
you're all so
saying
sweet
such nice things.
People call us iconic.
I know, right?
It's so sweet.
You don't have to lie. It's okay.
I'm gonna put an iconic shirt in the store just for you.
Iconic.
And obviously, even though I haven't officially launched it yet, because I still want to buy the shirts and sweatshirts to kind of test to see if they are of a good quality. The store is in the description if you want to. It's not, I won't officially launch it and make an announcement about it in like a video form or somewhere. It's like, boom, here's a video with us in our merch. Oh yeah, come get me a picture of our merch. I'm not gonna do that till I know it's good, because like I said when we first did it, it's all about quality to me. I don't want to just be like one of those that's like, hey, here, take one of these $2 t-shirts for $25.
Yeah.
You know, I want to make sure it is a decent actual thing, and if it doesn't pass my standards, then I don't really want anyone to buy it.
It's basically you don't want to sell something that you wouldn't want to buy yourself.
Granted, I know that some people will like
quality-wise.
Yeah, I know some people will buy merch from channels just because like I want to own something that's from them because it'll support them. I get that some people do that, but I've always thought that if you're going to spend money for something from us, I want to make sure that you guys get something that is worthy of that in return.
Yeah.
I'm not like...
Not just some like cheap material.
Yeah, because I remember early on when we first started kind of growing, I was going to make a Patreon, but I decided against that just because of the fact that like... Now. Because people would be rewarded... I also didn't want people to feel like they had to spend money to get something from us. I didn't want to put things behind a paywall. So I wanted to make sure that I didn't want to do that, because as much as I'm sure... It wouldn't
be fair.
I'm sure as some of you guys would have wanted to be like, oh, I'm going to be willing to just throw $1 at you all the time. It's like, I still don't want to put like a paywall where people feel like they have to spend money to support us to get something.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel like that's right.
So with the merch, it's like an optional thing. You know?
Yeah, because I know there are some people that if you subscribe to Patreon, you get access like exclusive videos and like, podcasts, but then you're putting
like behind the scenes content and all that.
But I don't want to put our content behind a paywall, so I've never agreed with that. So when it's something like a shirt, you know, it's something where it's like if you do that, we're giving you something in return.
Yeah,
that isn't like unfair. Does that make sense? I feel like that makes sense.
It makes sense to me.
Exactly. I've been rambling on for way too long now. So thank you all so much for enjoying this fancy fine list.
Yes.
And we will see you with more content in the future.
In the future, as always.
Yes. And as always, we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, bye.
Bye, everybody.